Welcome to Storytime with Sonia Panda. Around the world with Peppa. It is almost summer break. Peppa is outside with her friends. What are you doing this summer? Asks Windy Wolf. I am going to the park, says Peppa. Peppa is excited. She's going to spend the summer jumping in lots of muddy puddles. I'm going to the jungle, says Pedro Pony. We are going to the desert, says Emily and Edmund Elephant. I'm going to the mountains, says Danny Dog. I am going to the South Pole, says Susie Sheep. The next day, Peppa and her family are driving to the park. The car goes chaka chaka chaka, bang, clang, bong. Oh dear, says Daddy Pig, the car broke down. Mommy Pig calls for help. Look, says Peppa, here comes Miss Rabbit. Miss Rabbit says it will take all day long to fix the car. Do not worry, she says, you can borrow my aeroplane. Everyone climbs into the aeroplane. Mommy Pig wants to drive. Are we supposed to be upside down? Asks Daddy Pig. Our next stop is the park, says Mommy Pig. To jump in muddy puddles? Cheers, Peppa. Daddy Pig opens his map. I see some trees, he says. This must be the park. Where are the swings and slides? Asks Peppa. This looks like a jungle, says Mommy Pig. Peppa and friend Pedro is in the jungles. Mommy Pig lands the plane on the ground. They find Pedro. The jungle is fun, says Pedro. There are parrots and monkeys. Can we visit my other friends too? Asks Peppa. Of course, says Mommy Pig. It is Daddy Pig's turn to fly the airplane. Where next? He asks. Daddy Dog is in the mountains, says Peppa. Danny Dog is climbing a big mountain with Captain Dog. Daddy Pig lands the aeroplane on the mountain. Hello, Danny, shouts Peppa. This mountain is very high. Peppa and her family fly away again. Soon, Daddy Pig sees spots of yellow sand. It must be the desert, he says. Mommy Pig lands the aeroplane on the sand. It is not easy. They find Emily and Edmund Elephant. We saw a lizard, says Edmund. It must be shy because it ran away. Then the lizard jumps on a rock. There it is, Daddy Pig shouts. He scares the lizard away again. Dr. Elephant signs. Do you have other people to visit? He asks. Next, they fly to the South Pole. There are lots of penguins and Susie is there. Peppa, says Susie. Peppa and Susie are best friends. They are very happy to see each other again. Peppa has fun with Susie and penguins, but Peppa still has to go to the park. Peppa and her family get in the plane. They fly back around the world to get home. Hello, Miss Rabbit, says Peppa. We flew all the way around the world. Wonderful! Your car is working again, says Miss Rabbit. Peppa and George climb inside. Flying around the world was nice, says Peppa, but something was missing. A muddy puddle. Snort. Hee 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 hee. Snort. The end. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to Storytime with Sonia Panda. Welcome to Storytime with Sonia Panda. I will read to you many stories, so please don't forget to subscribe and press the notification button. Let's get started.
Peppa's theatre trip. It's an exciting day at playgroup. Madam Gazelle is taking the children on a special trip to see a play at the theatre. All aboard, calls Miss Rabbit from the school bus. Yuppie! Cheers Peppa and her friends. They climb on the bus and fasten their seat belts. Wow! gasped Peppa. I wonder what play are we going to see? It's a surprise, Madam Gazelle replies, handing out the tickets. Look after this, and you will soon find out. Ooh! cry the children as they all hold on tightly to their tickets. The children walk up to grand entrance of the theatre. Tickets, please, says Miss Rabbit, checking each one. If you would like a program, you can line up over there. What's a program? asked Peppa. It's a little book that tells you about the play, explains Madam Gazelle. When Miss Rabbit finishes checking tickets, she sets up her program stall. The children line up to receive a copy. Miss Rabbit hands Peppa a program. Look, says Peppa, flicking through it. There is a picture of my mommy and daddy, and mine and mine. Madam Gazelle leads the children into the theatre to find their seats. This is where the play will be performed, she says, pointing to the stage. Now we must all be quiet and wait for it to begin. Okay, whispers Peppa, putting her finger to her lips. Suddenly the lights go out, the curtain opens, and Miss Rabbit magically appears on stage. Welcome to our performance of a musical extravaganza, she announces. I would like to introduce you to our fine actors. Just then the stage lights come on to reveal my daddy and mommy, cheers Peppa. And mine, cheers the children excitedly. All their parents are in the play. The show is now about to start, says Miss Rabbit. The children watch the show. There is singing, dancing, and acting. Everyone has lots of different parts, and Daddy Pig plays the drums in nearly all the right places. Bang, crash, ba, tum. It's a great play. The stage curtains go down. Is that the end? Peppa asks. Oh no, Peppa, whispers Madam Gazelle. This is just the interval. It's a bit like snack time. The play stops for a few minutes and you can all buy an ice cream from Miss Rabbit's ice cream stand. Oh, gasp the children, lining up quickly. After their yummy ice creams, Peppa and her friends sit back down in their seats to watch the end of the play. Ta-da! announces Daddy Pig proudly after one final well-timed bang on the drum. He takes a bow as the audience claps very loudly. Ho ho! Miss Rabbit invites the playgroup children onto the stage to meet the stars of the play. Mommy, Daddy, you were amazing, cheers Peppa. Ho ho, laughs Daddy Pig. You enjoyed it then? Oh yes, says Peppa. Oh yes, says all Peppa's friends. Everyone loves going to the theater. We love theater. Oh yes, we do. The end.
Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this story. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to Story Time with Sonia Panda to listen to more stories with me. Take care, friends. Welcome to Story Time with Sonia Panda. Peppa Pig's Rainy Day. It is raining. Peppa and George have to stay inside. I do not like rainy days, Peppa says sadly. Daddy Pig thinks of a game to play. He calls it the rainy day game. He will hide a rubber duck and George and Peppa will find the duck. Peppa thinks that the game sounds too easy. She thinks that George should find the duck first. Daddy Pig hides the duck in the bedroom. George cannot find the duck. You can see it. Just look with your eyes, says Daddy Pig. George uses his eyes. You are getting warmer, Daddy Pig says. George finds the rubber duck. Peppa still thinks that the game is too easy. It is Peppa's turn to find the duck. Mommy Pig hides the duck in the kitchen. Peppa cannot find the duck. Mommy Pig says, the duck is sitting with something that is yellow. Banana, says Peppa. She finds the duck. The rainy day game is fun. Peppa wants to play it again. Daddy Pig puts the duck somewhere for George and Peppa to find together. Peppa and George cannot find the duck. Where is the duck? Peppa asks. Daddy Pig says it is sitting on something very big and very wise and very handsome, says Mommy Pig. The duck is on Daddy's pig head. That is the best hiding place ever, Peppa says. Outside the rain has stopped. I want to play the rainy day game again, says Peppa. I can think of an outside rainy day game that you might like, says Daddy Pig. What is it? asks Peppa. Daddy Pig says we need to find a muddy puddle. I found it, Peppa says. What do you do when you find a muddy puddle? Daddy Pig asks. Jump up and down in it. Peppa likes rainy days games. Peppa really likes muddy puddles. The end. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to Storytime with Sonia Panda. Welcome to Storytime with Sonia Panda. I will read to you many stories. So please don't forget to subscribe and press the notification button. Let's get started.
Peppa plays soccer. It's a sunny day. Peppa and Susie Sheep are playing tennis while George watches. To you, Susie, cheers Peppa, hitting the ball. Now it's Susie's turn. To you, Peppa, she shouts, hitting the ball straight over Peppa's head. Oh dear. Wah! George feels left out. Sorry, George, says Peppa. You can't play tennis. We only have two rackets. George can be the ball boy. Cheers, Susie. Being a ball boy is a very important job, George says Peppa. Peppa and Susie are having lots of fun, but they keep missing the ball. Ball boy, they shout together. Huff puff! George is not having fun. He keeps running to get the ball and he is very tired. Then more of Peppa's friends arrive. Hello everyone, says Peppa. We are playing tennis. Can we play too? Asks Johnny Dog. There are not enough rackets for everyone, replies Susie Sheep. Let's play soccer then, says Danny Dog. Soccer! Hooray! Everyone cheers. We can play girls against boys, says Peppa. Each team needs a goalkeeper, says Danny Dog. Me, shouts Pedro Pony. Me, cries Rebecca Rabbit. Pedro Pony and Rebecca Rabbit decide to be the goalkeepers. The boys' team will start, says Danny Dog. Richard Rabbit gets the ball and runs very fast right by Peppa Pig, Susie Sheep, and Candy Cat and straight up to the. Rebecca Rabbit picks up the ball and runs. Hey, shouts Danny Dog. That's cheating. You can't hold the ball. Yes, I can, says Rebecca. I'm the goalkeeper. Rebecca throws the ball into the goal, straight past Pedro Pony. Goal! She cheers. That goal is not allowed, says Pedro. Yes, it is, says Peppa. No, it is not, barks Danny. Daddy Pig comes outside to see what all the fuss is about. What a lot of noise, he snorts. I will be the referee. The next team to get a goal wins. Richard Rabbit and George runs off with the soccer ball while everyone is still talking. Where is the ball? Asks Peppa, looking around. But it's too late. Richard Rabbit kicks the ball straight into the goal, past Pedro Pony. Hooray! The boys win, cries Danny. Soccer is a silly game, says Peppa, disappointed. Just a movement, says Daddy Pig. The boys scored in their own goal. That means the girls win. Really? The girls gasp. Hooray! Soccer is a great game, cheers Peppa. The girls agree. The end.
Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the story. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to Storytime with Sonia Panda to listen to more stories with me. Take care, friends. Welcome to Storytime with Sonia Panda. Peppa Pig, Peppa's Pizza Party. It is lunchtime at Peppa's house. Can we make pizzas? Peppa asks. George loves pizza. So do Mommy and Daddy Pig. Peppa is excited to start, but first everyone must wash their hands. They use soap and water to get all clean. When they are done washing, they gather ingredients to make our pizzas. Daddy Pig says, we need flour, tomato chimes in Mommy Pig, cheese, continues Daddy Pig, and toppings. But wait, there is something missing. George likes pineapple on his pizza. Peppa says, pineapple? Daddy Pig repeats, on pizza? I think that's against the law. He. Peppa laughs. Daddy Pig is being silly. It is not against the law to put pineapple on pizza. Now it is time to make the pizzas. Mommy Pig puts the flour into a bowl. Then she adds water. This mixture will become pizza dough. Tasty! Mommy Pig sprinkles a little flour on the table so that the dough does not stick. Then with their clean hands, Peppa and George knead the dough. Bam, bam, bam. I am big and strong, Peppa says, and George is big and strong too. Next, they make the dough into 4 balls. This will become 4 pizza pies. Mommy Pig rolls the dough balls flat with her rolling pin. Oh, says Peppa, they look like pizzas now. Mommy and Daddy Pig make a sauce with the tomatoes. Then Peppa and George smooth it over the dough. I like making pizza, Snort, Peppa says. It's so fun. Now it is time to decorate the pizzas. Can we make happy faces on the top? Peppa asks. Of course we can, replies Daddy Pig. I will use mushrooms to make eyes and olives for the smile. And I will use onions for the eyes and basil for the smile, says Mommy Pig. Peppa uses sweet corn for smile and little tomatoes for the eyes. George has pineapple for the eyes and cheese for the smile. Mommy Pig puts on her oven mitts. Then she places the pizzas in the oven to bake. When the pizzas are done, Peppa, George, Mommy Pig and Daddy Pig eat in the garden. Their pizzas are very good. These are the best pizzas in the world, says Peppa. Peppa loves pizza. Everyone loves pizza. The end. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to Storytime with Sonia Panda. Welcome back, my dear friends, to Storytime with Sonia Panda. Today I am going to read a story called Peppa Pig and the Great Race. It's a beautiful sunny day and Daddy Pig has something special planned for Mommy Pig, Peppa Pig and George. It's a surprise, says Daddy Pig, but we will have to race to the fairground. We cannot be late. Daddy Pig knows the fastest way to get there is by car. Everyone piles into the family car. Let's go, says Peppa. The car starts to drive, but then, put, thunk. The car stops. Oh no, says Mommy Pig. Something is wrong. We will have to find another way to go. Let's ride our bikes, says Peppa. Everyone finds a helmet and gets on a bike. Let's go, says Daddy Pig. Biking uphill is hard and very slow, but Peppa likes riding downhill. Whee! Look there, Miss Rabbit in her fire engine, says Peppa. Can you help us? We are racing to get the Fairfield. Sorry, Peppa, calls Miss Rabbit. We are on a turtle rescue mission. Mommy Pig sees something coming near. It's Grandpa Pig's train. Grandpa Pig stops the train. All aboard, he calls. The train pulls into the station. This is as far as we can go, says Grandpa Pig. Daddy, how we will get to the Fairfield? Asks Peppa. Daddy Pig looks around. A digger? An ambulance? The ice cream truck? Oh, says George. Maybe we can take the bus, says Peppa. The bus is full. Sorry, says Miss Rabbit, but you can borrow my plane. Mommy Pig, Daddy Pig, Peppa and George climb into Miss Rabbit's plane. Away we go, shouts Peppa. Mommy Pig lands the plane at the airport. How we will get to the daddy's surprise? Asks Peppa. We will have to run, says Daddy Pig. They ran. And then Peppa sees it. Oh, Daddy, she says, a hot air balloon. Loon, says George. It was a great race, and the balloon ride is the best surprise. The end. Thank you so much for listening to the story. And please don't forget to like and subscribe to Storytime with Sonia Panda to listen to more stories. See you back soon. Take care for now. Welcome to Storytime with Sonia Panda. I will read to you many stories, so please don't forget to subscribe and press the notification button. Let's get started.
Peppa's Halloween Party. It's a lovely fall day, and Peppa and George are playing outside. Time to come inside and get ready for the Halloween party, calls Daddy Pig. In the kitchen, Mommy Pig shows them how to make a pumpkin lantern. First, they scoop out the pumpkin seeds. Then, Mommy Pig puts a candle inside the pumpkin and lights it. Oh, pretty, says Peppa. Mommy and Daddy Pig helps Peppa and George put on their costumes. Peppa is a witch and George is a dinosaur. Hee hee hee, Peppa crackles. Very witchy, says Mommy Pig. Dinosaur! Grrr, growls George. Peppa and George friends have arrived outside. Everyone is wearing a spooky Halloween costume. Suddenly they hear a howl. Ow! What was that? Asks Peppa. Only me, says Danny Dog. I'm a werewolf. Peppa notices that Emily Elephant has a green face. What are you, Emily? She asks. I'm an alien. Blip blop blip, she replies, laughing, and Edmund is a ghost. Actually, I'm a paranormal aberration, corrects Edmund. That's a clever clock ghost. Daddy Pig appears at the door. Welcome to the party, everyone, he booms. Come inside and have some pumpkin pie. Inside the house is decorated with pumpkins, balloons, cobwebs and bats hanging from the ceiling. Spooky! Even Madame Gazelle has come to the party. Hello, says Susie Sheep. I'm a vampire. A vampire? Says Madame Gazelle. What a wonderful costume. How strange. Susie notices that Madame Gazelle does not have a reflection in the mirror. She must have learned a fun Halloween magic trick. Daddy Pig puts on some music for everyone to dance to. I love dressing up, says Susie Sheep. I love Halloween party, shouts Peppa. And everyone loves my delicious pumpkin pie, says Daddy Pig. Snort. Everyone had a very happy Halloween. The end.
Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the story. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to Storytime with Sonia Panda to listen to more stories with me. Take care, friends. Welcome to Storytime with Sonia Panda. I will read to you many stories, so please don't forget to subscribe and press the notification button. Let's get started.
Peppa and the New Baby. One day when Peppa was only little, Granny and Grandpa Pig came to babysit. Gangy egg, Grandpa egg, cried Peppa. She loved it when Granny and Grandpa Pig looked after her. They had so much fun playing with all the toys, eating yummy food, and reading lots of stories. Again, said Peppa, giving her favorite book to Grandpa Pig. Peace! At bedtime, Granny Pig told Peppa she was going to have a little brother soon, and being a big sister is a very important job, added Grandpa Pig. Oh! Peppa was very excited to be a big sister. That night, she dreamed of all the fun things she would do with the new baby, reading a book, playing with the rattle toy, and eating ice cream. The next morning, Mommy and Daddy Pig arrived home with a little baby. Hello, Peppa, said Mommy Pig, smiling. This is your new baby brother, George. Peppa looked at George and giggled. Baby? George, she said proudly. Then she toddled off. Bye! When Peppa came back, she had her ball with her. She bounced it towards George. Boink, boink! But baby George did not move. He just stayed still. That's very lovely of you, Peppa, said Daddy Pig, but baby George is a bit too little to play with a ball. Oh, said Peppa. Peppa went to the kitchen and came back with a banana. She held it out to George. Nana, she said, but baby George did not take the banana. Oh, that's very sweet of you, Peppa, said Mommy Pig, but I'm afraid baby George is a bit too little to eat a banana. Oh, said Peppa. Peppa held her cup out to baby George. Dink! But baby George did not take the cup. That's very kind, Peppa, said Granny Pig, but baby George is a bit too little for your water cup. Peppa wondered what big sisters did to help their baby brothers. Cuddle, she said, holding her arms out. I'm sure George would love a cuddle from his big sister, said Mommy Pig. Daddy Pig gently laid baby George on Peppa's lap. She looked at him. If he could not play, eat, or drink water, what could her baby brother do? Baby George burped. Burped! Baby Peppa giggled. Hee hee! George was very funny. Burp! Story! Peppa asked George. Great idea, Peppa, said Grandpa Pig. Why don't you choose one for him? Peppa found a book about dinosaurs and pretended to read it to George. Blah, 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 blah. Dinosaur! Grrr! She closed the book again. What a lovely story, said Daddy Pig. Isn't your big sister the best ever, George? Burp! George burped. Peppa giggled. Hee hee! George was the best baby ever. Peppa loves baby George. Everyone loves baby George. The end.
Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the story. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to Storytime with Sonia Panda to listen to more stories with me. Take care, friends.
Storytime with Sonia Panda. I am going to read Peppa Pig dentist trip. Every morning, Peppa and George brush their teeth. Brush, brush, brush. Brush, brush, brush. George, are your teeth as clean as mine? Peppa asked, showing off her shiny white teeth. You both have lovely clean teeth. I'm sure the dentist will be happy, calls out Daddy Pig. Later that day, Peppa and George are at the dentist's office waiting for their checkups. It is George's first visit. Peppa, George, the dentist will see you now, says Miss Rabbit, the nurse. Hooray! They both cheer. Peppa and George meet Dr. Elephant, the dentist. Who is first? He asks. I'm first, replies Peppa. I'm a big girl. Watch me, George. Open wide, please, Dr. Elephant says. Ah! Peppa opens her mouth as wide as she possibly can. Let's take a look, says Dr. Elephant, checking Peppa's teeth with a mirror. They're all done. What beautiful clean teeth, says Dr. Elephant. Now you can rinse your mouth. Gargle. Pew! The pink liquid tastes like bubble gum. Peppa spits it out into the sink. It is George's turn next. George does not want it to be his turn. Dr. Elephant can tell he is nervous, so he lets George hold Mr. Dinosaur. All done. You have very strong, clean teeth, George. Dr. Elephant smiles. But wait, what is this? Cries Dr. Elephant. George has clean teeth, but this young dinosaur's teeth are very dirty. The water jet, please, Miss Rabbit, orders the dentist. He uses the water to clean Mr. Dinosaur's teeth. Pink, cries George, picking up a glass. That is right, George, says Dr. Elephant. Mr. Dinosaur needs to rinse with the bubblegum flavored drink. Wow, what shiny teeth you have, Mr. Dinosaur, cries Miss Rabbit. Dinosaur, grrr, says George. George loves Mr. Dinosaur, especially now that he has nice clean teeth. And now Peppa and George have clean teeth too. The end. I hope you enjoyed the story. Please come back again to listen to more funny stories with me, and please don't forget to subscribe. Bye.
Welcome to Story Time with Sonia Panda. I am going to read a book called Peppa Pig and the Library Visit. It's bedtime for Peppa and George. Could we have a story, please? Asked Peppa. Peppa goes to bookshelf. There is a book about a blue tiger. Okay, says Mommy Pig. Here is the one about the red monkey. We always read that one, says Peppa. The red monkey takes a bath, brushes his teeth, and goes to sleep. Let's choose another book instead. A book about a green spider, a book about an orange penguin, and Oh, says Peppa, what's this one? The Wonderful World of Concrete, reads Mommy Pig. I have been looking for that, says Daddy Pig. It's a book I borrowed from the library. What's a library? asked Peppa. A library is a place you can go to borrow books. When you have finished reading them, you take them back so others can borrow them, says Daddy Pig. He looks at the book. I have had this for a rather long time, Daddy Pig says. You can return it tomorrow, says Mommy Pig, but right now it's bedtime. After Daddy reads this story, Peppa insists. Daddy Pig begins to read The Wonderful World of Concrete. Concrete is made of sand, water, and other things. Chapter 1 Sand. Sounds of snoring fill the room. Peppa and George are fast asleep. So is Mommy Pig. Sounds of snoring fill the room. Peppa and George are fast asleep. So is Mommy Pig. The next morning, Peppa and his family head to the library. Peppa cannot believe how many books are on the shelves. Look at them, all, she shouts. Shh, Peppa, says Daddy Pig. You must be quiet in the library because people come here to read and to be quiet. Next, please, comes another shout. It's Miss Rabbit, the librarian. Hello, Mommy Pig, she says. Are you returning these books? Yes, Miss Rabbit. Mommy Pig gives her books to Miss Rabbit to scan, and the computer beeps as the books slide across the counter. Why is the computer beeping? Asks Peppa. It's checking to see that you have not been naughty and kept the book for long. I may have kept this book for a bit too long, says Daddy Pig. Don't worry, says Miss Rabbit. Then her computer makes a loud beep. Daddy Pig, she shouts, you had this book out for 10 years. Naughty Daddy, says Peppa. Now that Daddy Pig's book is returned, he can borrow another book. Peppa and George want to borrow books too. Miss Rabbit shows Peppa and George to the children's section. Oh, says Peppa, there are books about princesses and animals and planets. Danny Dog and Susie Sheep are at the library too. Danny Dog is borrowing a book about soccer. Susie Sheep is borrowing one about doctors. George has chosen his book. It's about dinosaurs. Dinosaur, says George. Grrr. Daddy Pig has found an exciting new book, Further Adventures in the World of Concrete. But Daddy Pig, says Peppa, I want a fun bedtime book. Yuppie, says Peppa, you just have to remember to bring them back on time, says Miss Rabbit, and that goes for you too, Daddy Pig. Peppa laughs. I will sure he remembers. I want to come back to the library all the time. I love the library. Back at home, it's bedtime. Mommy Pig opens the new Red Monkey book. Once upon a time, there was a red monkey. He jumped in a space rocket and went to the moon. The moon, says Peppa. What an adventure! Mommy Pig turns the page. He had a picnic with a dinosaur. Dinosaur, says George. Then the red monkey swam under the sea. Mommy Pig turns the last page. Finally, he climbed the highest mountain. That was a busy day. I think Daddy Pig agrees, says Peppa. Everyone looks Daddy Pig is fast asleep. The end, whispers Mommy Pig. Sounds of Daddy Pig's snores fills the room. Everyone laughs. What a fun day! Tag along on Peppa Pig's George's first trip to library. The end. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Storytime with Sonia Panda to listen to more stories. Bye for now.
Welcome to Story Time with Sonia Panda. Today's story is Peppa Pig on the Road. Peppa and her family live in the United Kingdom. Peppa loves her home, but she has always wanted to visit other places too. While making dinner, Peppa spots something shiny. It is a golden ticket. Peppa and her family have won a trip to star in Hash Brown and Super Potato's new movie. The movie is being filmed in Hollywood, which is in America, Peppa shouts. Miss Rabbit flies Peppa and her family all the way across the ocean. They land in New York City. In New York City, Peppa meets another Miss Rabbit. Every town needs a Miss Rabbit, says the Miss Rabbit from New York. She does not sound like the Miss Rabbit that Peppa is used to, though. She has an American accent. Peppa and her family hop into Miss Rabbit's cab for a tour of New York City. From top of the Empire State Building, Peppa uses a telescope. "Look at me," says Peppa. She pauses with her ice cream, just like the Statue of Liberty. But looking at a sign for Super Potato makes Peppa remember they have to make it to Hollywood for the movie. Peppa learns that Hollywood is on the other side of America. She and her family rent a motor home to drive there. A motor home is like a house on wheels. It's a long, long drive. Peppa and her family stop at a diner in the Midwest. It is a place to stretch their legs, use the bathroom, and also to eat. "Howdy, Fox," says another Miss Rabbit. "Come on in." Inside the diner, Peppa and her family eat some fresh eggs made on the grill. Then Mr. Bobcat, and his band play music, and everyone joins in the square dancing, including Mommy and Daddy Pig. Peppa and George lead a dance. "Jump up and down like you are in a puddle," sings Peppa, while the band plays music. After the dance, there is a monster truck show. Peppa watches as Mr. Coyote leaps over a big muddy puddle in his monster truck. "Wow," Peppa says. She's never seen anything like it. Daddy Pig can't resist. It's such a great time. He splashes in the mud. It's good, messy fun. Peppa loves her visit to the country diner, but it's time to keep traveling to Hollywood. Peppa and her family are back on the road. "America is very big country," says Mommy Pig.
The desert goes on for miles and miles and miles and miles. Still, Peppa finds a way to make the road trip fun. They find treasures along the way, like shells. A long time ago, the desert was the sea. As Peppa and her family continue on, they spot Mr. Bison. Stop, calls Mr. Bison. Peppa and her family have come upon a canyon. Peppa learns that canyon was carved out by a river a long time ago. A canyon is a deep valley. They come in all shapes and sizes. There are lots of other canyons too. They call this one the Grand Canyon. At the canyon, Peppa meets another Miss Rabbit. Miss Rabbit sells lots of canyon trinkets. She also sells tours. Peppa and her family climb into Miss Rabbit's helicopter. These rocks have been here since the time of the dinosaur, Miss Rabbit explains. Wow, Peppa says. The next part of the tour is by boat. One by one, Peppa and her family climb down a ladder and into a raft. Yuppie, squeals Peppa. The rapids carry the raft safely through the canyon. When Peppa and her family arrive at the canyon caves, at first they seem empty. But Miss Rabbit is there to guide them. She explains that the people who lived in the caves a long time ago drew pictures on the walls. The drawings tell a story. A story? That reminds Peppa, Hash Brown and Super Potatoes movie. It's time to keep traveling to Hollywood. Are we nearly there yet? Asked Peppa back in the motor home. You are almost there, says another Miss Rabbit. Just look for the stars. After a long time, Peppa sees stars on the ground. She looks up. There is Super Potato and Hash Brown. She made it to Hollywood. Super Potato shows Peppa the movie studio. It's time to make the movie Vegetables in Space. We look funny in our costumes, says Peppa the broccoli. Lights, camera, action! It's time for the movie to begin. Super Potato is filming a battle sequence between himself and some naughty carrots. But Super Potato does not know how to end the movie. How will we get rid of all these carrots? He asks. Peppa knows just how to save the universe and the movie. We can eat the carrots, says Peppa. All the Miss Rabbits are happy to help. The universe is saved thanks to Peppa and all the Miss Rabbits. It's time to go home, but Peppa loved her visit to America. The best part was everything, she says. She can't wait for her next adventure on the road. The end. I hope you enjoyed the story. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to Storytime with Sonia Panda. I will come back with